You know, for a company that makes everything from folding phones to refrigerators with TikTok installed, Samsung sure knows how to sneak in quiet launches. In fact, it's becoming a trend, as we witnessed the same with their current flagship tablets. Now, this here is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 FE, the newest entry in Samsung's quote-unquote fan edition lineup, which has slowly evolved from budget-friendly compromise into actually kind of great value type of tablet. And this year might be its best yet. Or not, depending on how you feel about that bump in price. But either way, let's find out if this is the mid-range tablet that finally earns a place in your backpack, or if FE in this particular case is going to mean forgettable edition. Let's go ahead and jump in. So over the past couple of weeks, I have been putting this little guy through its paces. In fact, I've been using and thoroughly testing the entire series, which of course includes the regular FE, which is the one that I have here, and the FE Plus model. I actually have a ton to say about that Plus model, so be on the lookout for that review video coming up soon. But I digress. This bad boy here will run you $499 this time around, or let's just call it $500. That's 50 bucks more than the last FE model. Seems to me like a little less fan service and a little more executive decision. But anyways, let's follow our typical video structure and jump into the design category. At first glance, this looks exactly like the previous model, the Tab S10 FE, which by the way I still have here. It is essentially the same tablet, at least physically, so we'll dive into the side-by-side differences in my battle video. Look out for that video as well. So, it is familiar, sure, but also more refined. The S10 here is thinner. It's also lighter in that unibody chassis. And as you can see here, I went with the blue model because of course I did. And it's a nice simmer down, subtle blue. The physical features are exactly where we last left them. These include both the selfie and the main camera, the USB-C port, which by the way still does not push out video signal. And of course, if you squint just hard enough, you'll notice the pogo pins, your volume rocker, power button, which combos as a physical fingerprint scanner is just awesome sauce, as the cool kids would say. But I just love the speed and reliability of a physical fingerprint scanner, so I'm glad they kept that here. We do have a dual speaker setup, and they look different. We have more of a slit look this time around, as opposed to the grills, which again, tell us that while changes may not be groundbreaking, there are subtle refinements noticeable enough to make you feel better about upgrading. And by the way, if this is your first time visiting, welcome to the channel, of course. Please do me a huge favor, hit both the like and the subscribe button there. I truly appreciate that. All right, so moving on to specs and performance. This, of course, is where we'll find even more upgrades, with the biggest being the platform, or the chipset. Under the hood, you have the new Exynos 1580 chipset. It's a step up from the 1380 we had last year, and you can definitely feel it, especially when you fire up, Call of Duty or PUBG Mobile or even Asphalt Legends. Now, sure, you're not getting flagship tablet graphics, but you're also not paying flagship tablet money, right? I know many of you are going to be like, well, you could grab a, Mi Pad or something else. That you are not paying flagship money right now. So let's manage expectations here, right? Also, Samsung does claim that the GPU performance has more than doubled from the S9 FE, and in my testing, frame rates were surprisingly smooth, gameplay was enjoyable, and best of all, the tablet didn't catch fire, and that's always a win, right? But it did get a little warm during long gaming sessions, I have to add that. But overall, I gotta say that performance was excellent for a mid-range Android tablet. Aside from the chipset, Samsung also upgraded the different configurations. My unit here is the base 128 gigs of internal storage, and this year RAM starts at 8 gigs with the base. and goes up to 12 gigs if you go to the next config. Also, do keep in mind that the internal storage is expandable. So whether you go for the base 128 gigs of internal storage or the 256 gigs of internal storage, you do have the ability to expand it at up to 2 terabytes this year. 2 of them. 2 terabytes, and that's going to be via micro SD card. That truly is great value, just fantastic stuff. Now, as far as software goes, you'll be greeted with One UI 7 here, sitting on Android 15. Pretty clean, by the way, and I don't think we expected anything other than that. You've got Samsung DeX, you got the new floating windows, and yes, you can still opt for the classic layout if you prefer. Personally, that's what I prefer, because this new setup makes it look like you're, I don't know, piloting a spaceship. And also remember, this guy is built for AI, so all of the modern AI, bells and whistles, you get access to them too. Gemini integration, circle to search, and so forth. But it doesn't mirror the entire array of, AI features offered on the flagship tablets. But still, you do get way more than you would with, I don't know, Apple Intelligence. Moving on to display and interface here. On the front of the tablet here, you get a 10.9-inch IPS LCD. That's the same one we had on the S10 FE. The resolution here is still 1440 by 2304. It's not an OLED display, but the contrast and colors are solid. These are vibrant enough colors for truly enjoying YouTube or streaming Netflix or doom scrolling through Reddit. And speaking of scrolling, this has been very smooth because of that 90 Hz refresh rate. Just in case you weren't aware, right? So this guy here goes up to 90 Hz and you can bring that down to 60 if you prefer. Now, to those of you who like to just hang out by the pool with their tablet, you know who you are. You'll be happy to know that it is still IP68 rated, right? So that's water and dust resistant. So yes, it will survive accidental drops in the pool, or even if you dropped it on purpose like I did here, or spilled coffee, or even your toddler accidentally tossing it, in the sink. And before I forget, I've been waving this whole time. It still does come with the stylus in the box. So this is included when you purchase the tablet. That famous Samsung S Pen, which sometimes feels like a magical wand that, sticks to the side of your device without any of that charging or Bluetooth pairing nonsense. You just grab it and it works. Grab it and go. And many of you have heard me say this 1,000 times. The S Pen is still my all-time favorite native stylus. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk battery now. It's pretty much identical to the Tab S10 FE's battery, at least in my testing. Clearly, depending on your usage, the apps that you use, how often you use, and so forth, this all will affect your battery life. But I can definitely say that, just like the predecessor, the S10 FE, this will see at least the entire day for power users before it's time to put it on the charger, because SOT here sits right at about 7.5 hours based off of my testing. And also don't forget that it supports 45-watt charging speed, so you can actually get it to charge relatively quickly. The final upgrade we will cover here is going to be the camera, of course. The one on the back and the one on the front here. Samsung upgraded the rear-facing camera from 8 to 13 megapixels because apparently someone out there is using a tablet to take real photos. You know who you are. Don't try to hide, and you deserve nice things too. You deserve nice cameras too. So I was happy to see Samsung do that. The front is still a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and both cameras can do up to 4K at 30 frames per second. That's actually pretty neat. Now, with all of this said, the Galaxy Tab S10 FE is a surprisingly well-rounded upgrade. Is it revolutionary? No. But it is smart. It's solid, and it's weirdly or oddly satisfying to use. I mean, it's not gonna reinvent your workflow or replace your laptop, but it will hold its own for streaming, gaming, note-taking, and everything in between. And also, it keeps doing that for the next 7 years, for those of you who are willing to hang on to your device for that long, because that's actually what Samsung is committing to. 7 years of software upgrades. And of course, you can use your tablet beyond that. That just tells you how long Samsung will support your Tab S10 FE. 7 years and then you can continue to use beyond that time frame. So if you are looking for a lightweight, reliable, long-lasting Android tablet with strong stylus support and a price that won't make your wallet cry, yeah, this is it. I recommend this guy. And of course, if you bring in something to trade in, you can get it even cheaper. But anyways, that's just my take. I'm certainly hoping that this was informative. Please let me know with any questions you may have in the comment section. Don't forget to like, of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm gonna catch you in the comment section. I'm also gonna catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.